What's up, guys? That really gross guy here. We're back, and today we're going to be taking a look at the new Wukong Deluxe deluxe skin. So, I've been fairly hyped about this skin since we saw it in its concept art, and I'm gonna kind of throw this out there. I am not as happy as I thought I would be when it came out. I do have a few skins that I feel like I feel like came out pretty well. However, I did find myself struggling to get this skin, to really flesh out this skin to its maximum potential and love it. So, anyways, we're going to get on into it. Let's check it out. We have the default version right here. Actually, I always like to show you guys the market in case you guys are curious as to the prices and whatnot. The Wukong Samadhi collection itself is going to run you... how many plats? How many plats? How many plats are you? Oh, gift. You can gift it for $225. I forgot that these are the same price. Anyways, for $225, it's going to get you the Samadhi skin, which you can also buy separately for $150. The Meteor Whip skin, which you can only get in this bundle, as well as the Wukong Samadhi Signature Sayonara, which can only be purchased through this bundle as well. I'm surprised by that, but no, I guess so. I mean, yeah, bundle only. Okay, bit surprised, but alright, so that's that. So, yeah, if you're interested in that, you can check that out. If you just want the Samadhi skin, like I said, 150 platinum there. So, jumping back over, checking the skin out in its, in its full glory. We have, this is the default, which has this crazy orange, like, hair style thing, I guess. I don't know. It's very rock-like. Oh my gosh, I actually think there's a bunch of research about to be done. Anyways, or things being built. But anyways, we have the icy mineral-looking hairstyle. We also have several, a little like bits of that same color down the tail and the back, which is kind of interesting. Definitely very rock-like textures and whatnot on a majority of the skin, and that is probably my biggest nitpick. So I'm gonna kind of show you what I mean. So, in terms of the primary color that you can change, is mostly just these little metallic bits. Well, metallic, whatever, crystalline bits that I was talking about just a moment ago, and you can change those up. And to be honest, I think some of these look fantastic. Like the blue and all that on the tail and all that stuff look absolutely fantastic. Coming from or going over to the secondary, this is where I get a little bit torn about this skin, because so much of this skin, like 80% of this skin, is all on this second color scheme, or color. And you can see that it changes so much. So you're going to have to be happy with, number one, the texture and the color that you come up with for this second deal. It's not that it's bad. It definitely looks really cool in specific colors. But I do find myself pretty much deciding what color I'm going to go with, and then changing all of my other colors to fit this rock texture, because there's just so much of it. I think it would have been really nice to maybe have had like this lower part of the leg be a different texture, or be separately colored, because I feel like there's just so much. There's just so much of one color, because you get over to tertiary and just that little bit that gets colored there. However, this texture that you see here, to me, it almost looks like a Warframe, like if it was like an Excalibur or something that was a very basic Warframe, and then it just got like corrupted with rock and molten material, and it just like broke apart and evolved into this. But anyways, this texture, this like cybernetic texture, I really like, preferably in like a light gray and even these white, like light white colors. Oh, even that like that grayish tan. I think looks absolutely fantastic. I love it. You'll see that a majority of my skins run a very light gray or a whitish color in that location because I don't know. To me, it looks cybernetic. It looks like it matches the Warframe texture. You can see that I kind of designated that right there. And then accents. You look at the accents, and there's just so little to actually be colored by the accents that, you know, I don't know. This is usually the last thing I color because I end up going through, like I said, I'll get into my secondary. I'll really decide on what I want my secondary to look like. You know, I'll get into colors like this. Like I said, the colors do look fantastic on here. But it's just so much. There's so much of it. Ooh, even that orange and that blue I think look really cool together. But anyways, and then you get down and you go, all right, well, last thing I'm going to color is this. And what does it look? Well, looks okay, you know, on this skin. Maybe something like that, you know, you decide to go with. I don't know. Yeah, we'll go with something like that. But anyways, and then you get into the colors, and the colors, I mean, the energy color, it's really highlights the rock-like material, and, you know, like I said, I think it looks really good. You pair the two together, but there's like two main colors, three if you include like this color right here, that make up the skin, and I don't know. I feel weird kind of bringing that up, and it sounds nitpicky, but I did struggle to find color schemes that I was really, really happy with. Now, there are two that I would probably run 90% of the time. I would run as Wukong if I was going to choose this deluxe skin, and then there are a few others that I chose because it's not my taste, but it might be someone's taste that's watching this video. So I'm gonna move away from this that I started working on with you guys, and let's come over to the second one. I actually had this on his default kind of. Oh, that looks weird. That's not. I must have changed it a little bit. But anyways, I did have a default like blue and yellow Wukong, and then I switched it over to this, and then I tweaked it a little bit. And you know, that's what I didn't want to say this is what I came up with, but this is almost what my skin fully transferred over to. And I think it looks all right. I think it looks kind of cool. And then moving on to this other color, this theme. The reason why I love this so much is pretty much because this molten rock coloration I think looks absolutely insane. Like I said, I do really like that texture and that energy color that runs through it. You just really have to work to get it to fit. I don't know. Maybe this is your aesthetic, like 100% your aesthetic, but it's not quite, not quite what I was expecting when I saw the deluxe skin. But anyways, I love this. This I think looks absolutely insane. However, I did kind of work to get the colors right and be 100% satisfied with it. It took me a while to kind of settle on this color up here because it's definitely more shiny and clear, and it doesn't really, I don't know, it's different than the rest of the skin. So anyways, and then I will jump over because I actually made another Wukong just for the sake of giving you guys multiple textures to look at, but I ended up going with this one. This one I kept the rocks a little bit lighter. I ran this yellow energy color through it because I think it looks awesome. I think that these two colors go really, really well together. And then, of course, I highlighted the yellow energy color with this other yellow and like goldish orange pieces across the rest of the body. And I think this looks really, really cool. But like I said, I spent like 10-15 minutes sitting and tweaking the colors in each slot. So anyways, moving past that one, we'll get over to this one. This one I felt a little bit torn on. I randomized like a dark, I don't want to say a dark green, but more of like a green, more of like a, where's like the Grenier tile set? Maybe it's in here. Yeah, I got something more like, oops, wrong area. We'll go down to here. Yeah, I ended up getting something more like like that, and I was like, I'm not too crazy about that, and then I started getting into lighter colors, and I was like, well, that's too, like, green. So I went with something a lot flatter and, like, teal. And then the purple was already there. That was part of what was randomized, and I thought it looked so good together, so I left it. And then I ended up changing this texture to something lighter and more gray. I was debating on going really light, not like pure white, but like this color. But I think the gray kind of works well with the rock texture. I also thought it kind of looked good dark, but I felt like it was a little too dark, so I think I left it right in here, and it looks pretty good in my opinion. And then last section. This is something that's totally not really, it's not me. It's not something that I would run. Definitely too much white on white. I tried to fool around with a very light rock texture in case you guys wanted something a little bit lighter. I don't know. This isn't something I would run, but maybe it was more something you guys would run. Would you guys rather have it dark, lighter or darker, or are you going to do something really vibrant with it? Are you going to go light blues like this? Or I'm curious, because I'm really torn. I thought I was going to like this skin much more than I actually do. These dark purples and blues, I think look pretty good on it. Not a vibrant blue, but anyways, I think if you focus on the fact that it is a rock texture, and you utilize that and keep it, I don't know, in that family, I don't know, then I think you'll come up with some pretty awesome stuff. You know what? That blood red is... See, this is the thing. I love this blood red, but I feel like there's way too much blood red on this skin. You know what I mean? Like, there's just... Unfortunately, there's too much of it, because it's 80% of the skin. Anyways, that's my one gripe with this skin. I think it's really cool. I think the textures are really awesome and all that stuff. I just get overwhelmed by that one color, too much. You could cover a lot of that up with your attachments, so that could be completely, remedied if you chose to do it. But I hate to cover up, too much of the skin. Kind of takes away from it. And on top of that, if you do get the Samadhi design, you do not have to use the shoulder plates. Wait, do you have to use? Well, you don't have to. You could swap them out, but it does come with the Samadhi shoulder plates, so you could put something else on there. But anyways, I think they're just so cool, so I left them on there. But anyways, from here, I think I will. I'll randomize this one. I don't care too much about this one. When we go through the randomization, you guys can, obviously stop the video and maybe try to copy the colors down the best you can if you see something you really like. However, I am just going to warn you that I felt like this skin just was impossible to randomize something that I was in love with. I found it so hard. I sat here for so long randomizing and trying to find something that I could just tweak a little bit and make it something that I enjoy. But to be honest, and it's still happening, I feel like I'm clicking that randomize button and everything just looks horrific. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Maybe it's just my aesthetic is the whatever way it is, and you guys are seeing stuff that you absolutely love, or maybe you've bought this skin already, and within 20-30 seconds you hit the randomize button, or you got a color scheme down that you are in love with. I'm curious if you guys totally disagree. That's totally fine. But if you do have the Wukong skin, let me know what you think about it. If you do not, are you planning on getting it? Are you a Wukong player? Is this, making you want to maybe play Wukong, making you want to do a little bit of fashion frame with it? I'm curious, but anyways, I'm gonna randomize just the last couple times with this deal. I could show you the whip skin real quick. Let me do that, because to be honest, I don't think we're. Hey, I'm okay with this a little bit. This not completely black color and this like white, like light gray energy color that runs through it, I kind of like. I don't know, maybe I'll try to work with this. But you saw me randomize like 100 times, and I personally didn't really find anything I liked. But anyways, let's jump over and the Skoliak, I guess we'll throw that on there. What a horrible color scheme. Let's go over here. Skin selected. The Meteor Whip, which I don't know. I don't know how you guys feel about it. It's very large and bulky, but this is in its, like, you know, wrapped up form. And I don't know. I don't think it looks bad. I don't think it looks bad. And it is a whip, so it's going to be moving faster than the eye can really tell. So, yeah, what does it matter? Anyways, yeah. And then lastly, I think was the Sayonara. If you guys are curious about that, I wasn't too crazy about it either. I feel really bad, kind of. I don't know. I feel like I'm throwing it under the bus. Maybe you guys, like I said, maybe you guys love it. But I think it's the I'll know it when I see it. Unless I see it. No, there it is. Subooty. Okay, so that's the default colors, matching the default skin. These little drones, man. This one's doing a little Humpty Hump. So if we copy our main colors, get a little bit of something like that. It definitely, I feel like the textures don't match, which irks me a bit. I don't know. I don't feel crazy about it. There's a lot of metallic down here and then a lot of rocky textures up here. And if it was more like the tail where it splits all over the place, I think I might like it more. But anyways, and then jumping into some random colors. I'm sure, like I said, you could make these totally fit your thing. But for me, I was unfortunately a little bit disappointed with the release. I think it's a good skin. Does that make any sense? Anyways, I can definitely find a couple color schemes that I love, but just a couple. Anyways, that is going to be it from me, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Hope this wasn't too rambly. Hope it wasn't too negative. If you guys, love the skin, I'm not telling you you can't. You can absolutely love this skin. Like I said, I'm going to run it. I'm definitely going to utilize one or two color schemes on it. But I thought I was going to have, multiple loadouts for this skin because the concept art was so cool. So, anyways, thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope to see you guys again in the next video. Blah!